Prince Andrew accuser asks public to stand beside her. Virginia Giuffre said, "I knew I had to keep him happy. I implore the people in the UK to not accept this as being okay. I'm calling BS on this." She describes how she asked Jeffrey Epstein to take this picture of her with Andrew. Prince Andrew says he has racked his brains but cannot recall any incident involving Virginia Roberts. A US woman who says she was brought to Britain aged 17 to have sex with Prince Andrew has implored the British public to stand beside her and not accept what has happened to her. News from BBC. Virginia Giuffre, one of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's accusers, says she was trafficked to London by Epstein in 2001. She describes how Epstein's girlfriend told her what to do for Andrew. The prince has categorically denied any sexual contact with Ms Giuffre. Virginia Giuffre, formerly Virginia Roberts, has given her first interview for British television as part of a special hour-long panorama. Her interview includes her account of how she was introduced to Prince Andrew. All clips may not represent the story. She said that the prince, Epstein and his then-girlfriend, the socialite Ghislaine Maxwell, took her to Tramp nightclub in London, where the prince asked her to dance. "He is the most hideous dancer I've ever seen in my life," she says. "His sweat was like it was raining basically everywhere. Watch to become bilingual with latest world news." When they had left the club, Ms Giuffre said Ghislaine Maxwell gave her instructions. "In the car Ghislaine tells me that I have to do for Andrew what I do for Jeffrey and that just made me sick." She said that later that evening, she had sex with Prince Andrew upstairs at Maxwell's house in Belgravia. In an interview with BBC Newsnight's Emily Maitlis last month, the prince said he didn't recall meeting Virginia Roberts, and that he had a medical condition that meant he did not sweat. However, of the claim that he had sex with her, the prince said he could absolutely and categorically say it never happened. Asked about a photo that appears to show him with his arm around Virginia Giuffre's waist in Maxwell's house, the prince said he didn't recall the photograph ever being taken and questioned whether it was his hand in the picture. But in the Panorama interview, which was recorded before Prince Andrew's interview, Ms Giuffre said, "The people on the inside are going to keep coming up with these ridiculous excuses like his arm was elongated or the photo was doctored. I'm calling BS on this," she said. "He knows what happened, I know what happened. And there's only one of us telling the truth." In response to tonight's panorama, Buckingham Palace said the Duke unequivocally regrets his ill-judged association with Jeffrey Epstein and deeply sympathizes with those affected who want some form of closure. They said, "It is emphatically denied that the Duke of York had any form of sexual contact or relationship with Virginia Roberts. Any claim to the contrary is false and without foundation." Prince Andrew, the Queen's third child, has been facing questions over his ties to Epstein, a US financier who took his own life in August awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. The prince has faced a growing backlash since the Newsnight interview about his friendship with the US financier. He stepped back from royal duties last month because he said the Epstein scandal had become a major disruption to the royal family. Companies he had links with, such as BT and Barclays, also joined universities and charities in distancing themselves from him. After his BBC interview, he said he deeply sympathized with sex offender Epstein's victims and everyone who wants some form of closure. Panorama, The Prince and the Epstein Scandal will air at 2100 Greenwich Mean Time on BBC One. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.